So everyone knows how expensive living in the Bay Area is, whether you're renting or owning or even just the cost of living in the Bay Area. It's super expensive, one of the most expensive real estate markets in the country. And today I'm going to be talking just a little bit about why I think you might consider moving to the Central Valley if you're considering buying your first home. So for one, we already talked about pricing. So obviously the Central Valley is going to be a lot more affordable when it comes to, cost of living, as well as home ownership and even possibly renting. So if you're, maybe wanting to make a move from Oakland or San Jose and you're wanting to get a little bit more bang for your buck, maybe you want to get a bigger, larger, nicer home, but you can't quite get that in the area that you're currently looking in, maybe come take a look at some of our cities in the Central Valley, and I'll name 4 that I think you should be looking at. I think you should be considering looking in Tracy, Manteca, Lathrop, and Patterson. And those are all areas that I kind of consider kind of our commuter towns. Each one of them has a little bit of a different feel. Every one of them has a little bit of a different price point, and each one of them has a little bit different distance when it comes to commuting. But I really like the affordability of the Central Valley. You can find a really nice home here in the $500,000 to $600,000 range. Obviously you can go up from there. And then there are things as affordable in the mid 300s if you're looking for like a condo or more of like a starter home. So I really like the affordability of the Central Valley. I think it opens up a lot of options for first-time home buyers, or maybe even people that are considering retiring and they just want to, retire with that dream home. It's a lot more affordable to do so in the Central Valley. Tracy is going to be the most expensive. Patterson is going to be the least expensive, and then Lathrop and Manteca are going to be kind of in between. Tracy is also going to be the closest to the Bay Area. It's about 40 minutes to Livermore from Tracy. Patterson is going to be about an extra 20 minutes from Tracy, and then Manteca and Lathrop are going to be pretty similar to Patterson. However, they do have more amenities, more shopping, and more new construction. So pros and cons to each, and we can certainly break down those cities a little bit more in detail on a later video. Another thing that I like about the Central Valley, and this might not float everyone's boat, but I just like the slower pace of the valley. Everyone in the Bay Area seems to kind of have this hustle and bustle about them, and there's entertainment, there's restaurants, there's shopping, everyone's go, go, go. And that's great if you're a single person or maybe just a young business couple, but at some point you're going to get old like me. You might want to start a family, and I really like that the Central Valley is kind of a slower pace and is a little bit more community centric, whereas we all kind of look after each other. We also do know each other's business too, but I just like the slower pace of the Central Valley. I think it's great for raising a family, and I think someone who's maybe looking to have children, have pets, maybe get a little bit bigger yard space and want to do it on more of a lower end budget than say the Bay Area, I would maybe take a look at moving to the Central Valley. Obviously we need to talk about that commute, because not everyone can drive 2 hours every day to work. That's going to be where you kind of need to make up the decision whether or not commuting is going to be worth it for you. But I think if you have the capacity to do some work from home, or maybe you can work remotely, or maybe you only have to go into your office setting, 2 or 3 times a week, that commute becomes a lot easier when you only have to do it 3 or 4 times a week. Obviously, if you work in the trades, you have tools, you're a contractor or something like that, you need your equipment. Obviously, this is a much different conversation. But we have a lot of friends out here in all of those cities that I've already named that commute 5 to 6 times a week, just so that they can provide their family with a better home, better housing situation, that slower pace that we talked about. A lot of times, your spouse or your significant other may not have to work any longer because you might not need that extra income to pay for that cost of living that you once were paying for in the Bay Area. Those are just a few reasons why I think you might consider moving to the Central Valley if you are currently living in the Bay Area. If you want to chat with us about how we can make that happen, you can call me at 209-226-3096, or you can reach me on my website at gossgroupca.com. Thanks so much, and I hope this video was helpful.